What's up, guys? Today we are not painting this. That's one of my customers' jobs, but we are painting. Somebody asked me about doing a space scene just the other day on YouTube, so I thought I would throw one out there. Let's roll into the tutorial, guys, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to use my PS290 because it lays out a lot of paint. I got some white in my cup. And I'm going to start out and find where the center of my galaxy is going to be. So, and I want to elongate that. So this is going to keep me, so I'm just going to gently put it in. So that I know where I'm going. I want to go real gentle and real slow until I lay out for sure where I want to go. So since it's a spiral galaxy and we're laying it down like this, so what we're looking at is from this angle right here. So we need to make sure that we elongate the ellipse, right? So you got an elongated ellipse. Don't have to be anything perfect right now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come off of that center and we're going to start making some wispy spirals. Turn that pressure up just a little bit. May need to thin my paint down a little bit. See how I'm coming from there, making those spirals. Probably want to elongate them a little bit more. And see, since I didn't go too strong, I don't have to worry about that it was a little bit too not elongated. Next, I'm going to turn the pressure down until it creates a stippling effect when I spray. See how that leaves a stippling effect right there? So we're going to come in, that's going to create some stars, star-like effect. And we'll follow that in the same wispy kind of pattern. Now I got another regular airbrush out. It doesn't really matter. Just, you know, I wanted to keep the white in the cup and not have to mix up anything new. So I've mixed up some plain old cobalt blue, transparent. You can get a transparent, reduce it down a bit, mix it with transparent base to make it a little bit transparent because you don't want, you don't want to totally obliterate colors. And we're going to come around here to the outer edges and bring some blue in. Be a good time to wear a mask. Now, mixed up some magenta and start putting some magenta around, catch some of these outer edges, right? And you know, the cool thing about this is is you can decide what colors you like. A little bit of red violet there. Now I've got some scarlet, and this color, I want to have a lot more stuff going on. So I'm going to come in a little bit closer, and I want to run that scarlet out like this. We're going to get more vibrant, don't worry about that. So this is going to create a glow because we're going to let that red run way out there. We're going to come back over this with some white. And you'll see how having this color here underneath it will create a glowish effect. Let's get just streaky with it. Let's go crazy. Now I want to take some orange, and I'm going to come in here in the middle. We're going to run that orange off into some of that red. We'll run it off into some of that blue. Okay, now what I've done, I've added 1 drop of opaque white with my red transparent. I'm going to come over here to my red, and the coverage I get, I'm going to take an old Scotch-Brite. I'm going to be still very gentle. And how I put this in here, where I'm going to start being very gentle about how I put this in there, because this coverage will be much greater now that I've got this pink in here. Now I want to fill that in with some freehand. See, just being real random, creating these cloud-like textures. If you watched my lightning video recently, you've seen me do much the same. Now I got some violet with a little bit of red, or a little bit of white mixed into it. And we're going to go find spots that need to be strong violet. See, all I'm doing, be real shaky with my hand right there. You can use something, spray off of. Guess what? Some paint splattered out. You know what? It's okay. Don't care. Guess what I've done? I've added white to blue. Alright, so now I've got a stick, and I'm spraying onto that stick and blowing it off with that blue and making stars. And you can adjust that, and that's something I would suggest you try off screen and see what different size stars and patterns you can create. It's a really easy and simple effect. You just spray off of the stick basically on the stick, and ricochet off it, and it'll blow them stars out. And we got some white in our orange. So instead of just coming in here and flood filling everything, which this center spot doesn't matter, because we're going over that in a little while. So I'll come in here with my white that I had from before. I'm going to hit some of these spots inside. A little harder to do it with this particular airbrush than it is to do with a regular airbrush, but I still like this thing for a lot of stuff. Now the other thing I want to do, I want to flatten this out just a little bit more than what I got, and all this other stuff's just going to kind of come out in the background. So I'm going to come in here and put some more white gently over the top of this. And occasionally I'm going to hit it inside my other colors to add a little bit more pop. We'll be bringing some more colors over. We'll be back in these transparents a little while. So to flatten that out, I want to let this run way out there. Just make up in your mind what you think you want to see. Now I'm going to get my texture shield just to, because I got this airbrush that's a little bit can go a little bit wild on me. Let's see, which one am I going to get? So see how that just gives me nice how those spots start to stand out. Get that little bit of hard texture edge in there for some interest. Just, that's a look you can't texture stencils create. You just cannot do freehand, or you could, but it'd be extraordinarily difficult. Now remember, I was talking about that earlier, about how all those colors are just background. It'll start making sense here pretty quickly. Now gonna put some more of those stars in there. Now, I'm going to be a little judicious about where I put my color. So, I've got some blue, cobalt blue. Decide where I want my blue to be. And see, now that I got a good base in there, those colors really start standing out really well. Hit my red spots. Get some orange in here. Yellow in that center area. Let that blend out. Okay, now to give myself a little bit of contrast, a little more interest, I want to come in with my texture stencil and I want to take some brown and I want to start working out why brown? Well, brown will pretty much work out, you know, because brown has all them colors in it. So it'll pretty much go with any of them. And when they get mixed together, the gas is all mixed together, because it has all them colors in it, it makes browns in them gassy clouds. It's usually not black, it's usually browns. Alright, so now I got a little bit of white in my cup. I'm going to come into the center of my really brighten that up. Maybe catch a couple spots of this cloud-like stuff in here, gently, little few trails, and then we will once again crank the pressure up. Practice off screen first. Now you can control how big these stars are by how you place it. So it's something you should practice. Like if you get it really just wet there and just blow off of that, see how you get those giant here in the center, really blow some stars in. And then we can optionally put a few stars in there, which is really easy. Just, you know, put a dot in and then pull out and get a little fuzzy right there. And yeah, go through, put a few larger stars in there. Purely optional, obviously. Put in what you think you want. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming, and we appreciate you. As always, there'll be linked down in the description below where you guys can purchase products that we used in this tutorial today. I painted this on an aluminum composite panel sealed with Autoborn sealer, so in case anybody was curious about what I was painting on. But anyway guys, that's pretty much going to be a wrap up for today. Remember, if you liked the video, hey, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you turn those notification bells on. I'm out of here, guys. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time.